What kind of questions should I ask?
You'll want to ask your nanny several questions, and a lot of the questions will come from the criteria that you laid out to begin with when your nanny search started. Of those things, you'll want to know if the nanny has had any child-related courses or classes that they've taken. Have they taken a child development course? Are they specialized in early child development? You'll also want to find out how many years of childcare experience they have. Has it been 1 year? Has it been 15 years? That will determine the nanny's experience. Also, part of our search is the ages of the children she's cared for. If the nanny's cared for newborns, great. If she's cared for toddlers, great. But what are the ages of your children? Does she have experience with those ages? You want to be sure of that. You'll also want to find out if the nanny's worked for her previous families for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. Those things can be important. If you're looking for a long-term nanny, those questions can be necessary in finding out if this is a nanny that likes to stay with a family for a long period of time. Does she, grow very close with the family? Has the nanny traveled with families? Does the nanny drive? How long has she been driving for? Is she a U.S. citizen? Does she have family in the United States or outside the United States? Some of those questions can be important because at times, if the nanny wants to go visit her family and they live in another country, usually the nanny will request 3 to 4 weeks time off. So you want to be sure that if you're hiring a nanny, you ask certain questions that could potentially arise throughout the year or years to come with that nanny. So those are some of the basic questions. You most definitely want to talk to them about your own needs and find out if those would work with her schedule as well. But asking those simple questions, along with asking maybe some more personal questions regarding the nanny. Does she have children of her own? Who cares for her children when she's at work? How long has she lived in the area? Some of these other questions will also become quite important, but maybe aren't necessary in the beginning or for the first interview, but certainly in the second interview or the first interview, whichever you prefer. But those are some of the questions that we use in determining what the nanny's connection would be for a family and if they're qualified and prepared to work with the family is looking for.